And this is going to spark some really good discussion.
Such a good thing to say on a podcast.
It's great. You're going to go nuts. It's going to spark some really great discussion, like Integrity Farms weed. You spark a.
Very nice.
Thank you. Well, I know it's entirely possible that you. So this guy, Wednesday, February 8th, is asking Big Will, the moderator, a question. And he says, well, I know it's entirely possible that you have no power over this, but I thought it was worth a try. The South Park Reddit and Discord are both censoring quotes directly from South Park, disallowing them from being posted. Half of them are barely offensive.
Barely.
They're not.
They are offensive, but they're just barely offensive.
If you have any power over these two platforms that are using the South Park name, I'd recommend a change in management. I've heard others talk about the same topic, being disallowed from posting South Park memes or quotes from South Park. It's completely ironic, considering the past seasons have all been mocking PC and cancel culture. I remember South Park making the episode where they swear like over 300 times just because the media was currently annoyed at people swearing in shows.
That was so badass. that was like my fucking, like, the greatest moment of my life. Like, I was like, they swore so many times. It was like and they actually showed you how many times they were swearing on the screen.
Was the shit counter. Yeah.
Oh, that was so cool.
Well, I remember when Trey and Matt went into the Oscars on dresses on acid.
Yeah.
Over 20 years ago.
Just talked about that. It's cool that you can remember that. I can too, but it was a long time ago.
My point being that the creators of South Park would not approve, and this goes against the South Park brand. I am immensely disappointed. I have watched every episode multiple times, just bought the second game, about to start the 26th season, and yet after seeing this, which directly contradicts what I respected about South Park, part of me doesn't want to continue watching.
So
some of the Bourbon Trail guys,
yeah,
right?
Some of these guys, like, so they're just saying that basically some of the stuff on the show is so offensive that it's getting moderated on these message boards.
Well, I mean, it's like there are. As when you started saying, I could instantly think of like a dozen quotes from the show that involve, if you were to quote accurately, involve saying like a hard slur or just like a lot of words that are going to be banned on Discord or Reddit. Like on Discord and Reddit with their instruments, I don't think you can check a box that says I'm just quoting South Park when I call somebody the F slur for a gay person.
I saw that play out in real life. Actually, I was at a bar like maybe 5 years ago. One of the bartenders dropped the bottle, and he picked it up, and then to the non-white other bartender, he says, I cut you. And she was extremely offended, and he tried to argue his way out of it by saying he was quoting Family Guy, and I'm pretty sure I didn't see that bartender again at that bar. But I saw like a very tense 10-minute discussion about how he was quoting Family Guy and her saying how that didn't matter. So yes, out of context, quoting things can be hate speech.
Yes, of course. And arguably in context for some of this stuff, it was still hate speech anyways. But yeah, right. Like, especially when you remove the context of it and you have no idea of the whole episode surrounding it, the point they're trying to make, rightly or wrongly or effectively or not effectively. And then you're just saying that thing. Like, yeah, that's the way the internet works. You got to understand that, surely.
Well, if anybody who's done like a long-term creative project in their early days have said stuff that they're ashamed of, I'm sure. Not me.
Yeah. No. Yeah, all the stuff that I said, I stand behind 100%. And there's no characters on my channel that I don't do anymore that I used to do even 5 years ago that are not really appropriate to do.
Well, he goes, as stated before, I don't know if you have power over these two platforms. If you do, I would recommend a management change. If you don't, I would make an official version of these platforms, which maintains the classic South Park perspective. I am not the first to be annoyed. I first discovered this on a post elsewhere. So
he
certainly he's not the first to be annoyed about this. That I'm sure of, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, there are just conservative social media platforms because, as we discussed with Minion Death Call, they came to the conclusion that all South Park does is just they make conservative memes now. And that's all you'll see when you'll see a conservative reply to something. I think I even saw They Took Our Jobs today in response to something, the gif of that from South Park. So, like, whatever those are, like Telegram, is that one of them? Like, there's like at least 5 of them, like, that are popular in quotes.
Yeah, just take it to the Daily Wire boards where you can just like say this stuff like
take it to Rumble. You can do it all you want on Rumble. Yeah, it's interesting that he thinks Big Will, like, I know, listen, Big Will is a big cheese, no doubt. You know, he's a moderator, but like the idea that he has hiring and firing power at these, you know, for these like large, like he's talking about Reddit and Discord.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I think maybe the language he's using is a little confusing, but yeah, I don't think Big Will can fire anybody at Discord.
Yeah, I don't think Big Will can fire anybody at the Comedy Central South Park forum.
No, I don't think so. I don't think he has that.
Yeah, it's a volunteer position. There's absolutely no way he's in contact with anybody.
No,
he's never met Matt or Trey, and they really don't even know the forum exists. Is my
no? I would think Matt and Trey would tell Michael, just get the fuck off of Discord then. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know. Like, go fucking do something else. Like,
I mean, what we do is go on $1 million vacations to get.
Yeah, why don't you go to like an all inclusive, like, or the island that you've purchased and that you own if you just want to get away or whatever.